So what was I telling? I will conclude this video with one big joke. The joke is that I stooped down to some other level in terms of trying to get an update of my visa. Hello people and welcome back to my channel Alive to Tell a Tale. My name is Sharmishta and today I am back with another video. Now, before I start talking about today's video, I have to tell you that after the last video, I was amazed by the amount of queries I received on Instagram. Now, I think that it was such a right time to talk about my visa rejection because there are so many people who are in the middle of that process where somebody's applying, somebody's got rejected, somebody's reapplying, and I think I got so much personal information on Instagram. Guys, if you're not following me on Instagram yet, that's the only way to reach out to me personally. So Sharmishta09 is the handle. Go follow me now and we can stay in touch there. I got a lot of students literally writing down their financials to me, asking how I can help them. So guys, I'm not a professional, but I can help you with a few more avenues that I did not mention in the previous video, which I'm going to talk about now. And I think this is going to help most of the people. So there are so many people who are worried about not having income tax returns. There's so many people who have sponsor problems like I did, that my uncle wanted to sponsor me and it completely went down the drain. And I told you all that there's a different procedure. So guys, ask your consultant or go to the embassy website and check that there's a different procedure if somebody wants to sponsor you from the maternal side, if somebody wants to sponsor you from the paternal side or something like this. So number one, research on that, and I think there is a process that you will have to follow if somebody is wanting to sponsor you, but provided they should be blood related. Mine was not blood related, because of which my visa got rejected. So take care of that. As long as they're related and you have all the money to show and all the sources of their money to show, then you're sorted. Okay, so don't worry about that. You just have to keep in mind two things, that whoever is sponsoring you, you have to mention their name in the sponsor bracket of the awards form. Apart from that, there should be a affidavit, like say a formal document in return that they are ready to sponsor you. Apart from that, I think as long as you're keeping in mind their financials, their sources, mentioning them in the awards form and getting the affidavit done, you're sorted. Okay, so now we'll put that aside. Another thing, if you are so worried about your financials not being adequate enough, if you think that it can get rejected, I suggest that go find a CA who you know personally, or friends of friends, whoever is a CA. Go to them, get two things done. Number one, get all the financial documents attested, meaning he is going to sign and assure that these financials exist. Okay, basically get your financial documents attested by a CA. And another thing that you can do is get your net worth evaluation done. Now this net worth evaluation is going to sum up your existence and your family's existence in terms of finances. Your net worth, your mother's net worth, your father's net worth. Go to a CA, he's a professional, he'll explain you better, but get this done, net worth evaluation. This is not only going to help you crack your visa, it's not a short thing, okay? The figure has to be big in terms of getting it approved, but it definitely helps. And not just for the visa, but after you go to Ireland, whenever you're searching a house from scratch and you're not going into an existing house or not going into university accommodation or anything, if you're looking for a flat on your own and you are going to directly interact with the agent or the landlord, then these agents and landlords are going to ask you for your documents for verification before approving you as their tenant, right? In those documents, if these attested documents are there and if this net worth evaluation ka document is there, then it is going to make them consider you over the other competitors to get a house, competitor meaning. Okay, so I think this is also a big time help. I think keep this in mind. Just go find a CA and get all this done, and I think it is going to give your visa another push. Okay, yeah, so these were the tips that I forgot to mention in the previous video. This enlightenment happened to me after reading all the queries that I received. So this is about that. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about what I did after my reapplication. So I told you all I didn't get into a lot of details of what I did in terms of documents, but I reapplied and this time made sure that this attestation is done, this network thing is done, and every section of the awards form was filled properly. If there is no space, make space and line के नीचे भी जाके लिख दो, लेकिन please fill the form, make it look full. Every document that is here has to be on the awards form. I talked about this in my previous video also, so please go and check that. I'm going to drop all the visa related videos that I made in the description below, just so that you don't have to go back and look for them all over again. I'll just drop all of them. Please sit through it. It's important. See, such things cannot be taken lightly. So just sit through it and watch all this, and I'm sure you'll be in a better space. Okay, so what was I telling? Yeah, so my visa got rejected on 2nd August, right? And my induction and onboarding of UCD Masters in Marketing was to start on September 1st. So if it's September 1st, I should be there at least a week in prior, right? I have just 2nd to say 25th in hand. Now in these few days, I have to reapply, get the visa in hand, book my tickets, do all the shopping, basic shopping that's necessary, pack my bags and leave. Now, things that I did, I'll start with those first, and then I'll tell you things that you should be doing. Now, I left no stone unturned. I kept in touch with the email embassy guys. So there are tons and tons of email IDs that you can email to when you're looking for an update. So apart from these lists that are released batch by batch in terms of approval hua ya nahi hua, apart from those PDFs that are released by the VFS, I was dropping emails to all the guys who are even remotely related to visa approvals. I got no response whatsoever, but it's always better to have proof in hand that you were not sitting idle, you were constantly following up. Okay, number one, that. 2, I kept in touch with my university. Now when I say kept in touch with university, I don't mean that they are going to help you in any way with your visa. They cannot do anything about the visa. They will, even if you ask them for help, they'll tell that visa is not our lookout. Now my admissions department and I think my class coordinator, I was in touch with these two teams, and why I was in touch with them is to keep them posted in terms of if I'm going to join them or not. So in case there are any delays, what the university can do for you is, okay, if you cannot make it on 1st, then try and make it on the 7th. So they can give you an extension that if you can't join them from day 1, you can join them from day 7. And if I cannot join them on day 7, then I can join them 7 days post 7. I contacted them thrice for extension thrice. So I was not going to be able to make it on September 1st. I think 3 or 4 days before the course started, okay, meaning 26th August or something, I started seeing posts on UCD Smurfit's Instagram where they are welcoming all the new students who have been reaching there, timely. So somebody from India, so and so has landed in Ireland and we are so happy to welcome you and things like that. And looking at all those posts, I'm like, gone. The opportunity is gone. I'm not even going to be a part of these posts, and nor am I going to be a part of the batch when it's going to start. And I'm like, okay, I'm somewhere in my head, I decided that okay, if I'm not going to join on the onboarding, then I will not go. Although everybody around me were like, ठीक है क्या हुआ, लेट हो गया तो क्या हुआ, you do a thing. My brother suggested that you go even if it's after the onboarding, and what you do after your course is over, when the next batch is going to join, you go and attend their onboarding just to see how it all feels. Anyways, so I had mentally prepared that I might not go, but I kept in touch with my university, and my university gave me 3 extensions. From 1st it was 7th, and 7th ke baad 1 more, and after that they said that if I will not be in Ireland on 17th or 18th of September, I can't remember the date, then I cannot join them anymore. because even they understand that in terms of getting a head start, it's very difficult for a student to not know people, step in after 15 days of the curriculum being started, and think there are a lot of problems, and it's not advisable that you join in so late. It was a big mistake, and I had repercussions, and I stayed with those repercussions for the rest of the whole year. I will leave that for another day. I will leave that story. But yeah, so if you are thinking that you are going to be delayed in joining, then please keep in touch with your university. They will give you an extension, but there is a problem here. Now, if you have not kept in touch with your university and you've gone MIA and they don't know that there is this person who's waiting for their visa approval, it's going to be difficult. You will not be able to join the university even if you have the visa in hand. Why I'm saying this, say you're waiting and you've gotten your visa and the university doesn't know that you will join, like say 1 week later or so. You have to have an in written email from your university saying yes, you can join so and so day later, because if you don't have it in return, even if you have your visa, you will not be able to go to Ireland. Yeah, I think so. Apart from mailing these embassy guys and apart from keeping in touch with your university guys, you can do another thing, which is deferral. Now, I tried deferral too. I think on 28th August or something, I was like, let me see where this takes me. So I contacted the UCD office. There's one UCD office in Delhi here in India. I contacted them asking if I can do a deferral. And because most universities in Ireland have just one intake a year, and back then this was pre-pandemic, right? They said deferral will not be possible. They just simply give me a refund, and then next year when it's time, I'll have to reapply again. Today it's very different. I think people are ready to give refunds. People are ready to give a lot more extensions than they could give in the normal times. Just because you'll be able to study from wherever you are, you just have to log in to the university website. And deferral has also become very easy. I think if you cannot make it this year, if somebody is not comfortable studying from home and wants to get the whole university experience for them, I think deferral is so easy. But in my case, it wasn't. So I think that's an added advantage. If you're not sure and if you have everything in hand, like you've not completely lost your job, then pull back your resignation, forget about the visa, just call these guys, ask them for a deferral, and just go next year, continue working for another year. Kuch aur nahi to you just have an added year of work experience. I think I've covered pretty much everything. I will conclude this video with one big joke. The joke is that I stooped down to some other level in terms of trying to get an update of my visa. Because these guys were not replying, the embassy guys, I was so desperate and it became an obsession that now I need to know what is happening. I did everything I could in terms of contacting friends of friends of friends who might possibly know people in Delhi, who know people in the embassy, and even all that didn't work. But I went on to Twitter and wrote a big post, and I tagged Pawan Kalyan, I tagged all the MLAs, all the government bodies, saying this is my problem and my university is this, and I'm going to lose the opportunity if my visa is not getting approved. Can you do something? I thought miraculously some government body or some politician will reply to me and will pull me out of that and find my visa application and get it approved and things like that. So I think please don't do this. This is one, after all the do's, this is one don't try all this. It's not going to work. Me telling you all of this is just to make you understand that this whole process is going to get onto your nerves. It's going to irritate you, frustrate you, make you feel obsessed, and sometimes make you feel worthless. But take a deep breath. Don't lose hope. It's getting rejected or it's not working because of very silly mistakes. Think of it practically and think of practical solutions. One of the practical solutions is going to a CA. CAs also help you in terms of how can you figure all this out. Sometimes they suggest कि if there's any gold and all at home, then उसका भी valuation कर देते हैं, and solutions like this come up. So please don't lose hope. Just talk to the right people. Sit with people who can give you like a real insight. Ask me. You can drop your comments in the comment section below. And how I actually got my visa finally approved. How did I get my visa in hand? How did I physically move from India to Ireland. All this is another hell of an entertaining story. If not anything, you're going to enjoy listening to me, and you're going to get a couple of more do's and don'ts. So I'm going to talk about it in my next video. Until then, stay tuned. That is all for today, guys. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Alive to Tell a Tale. Until next time, see you. Bye bye.